beloved soul, slow down for a moment and stay here. Something subtle yet undeniable has shifted recently, and you may not have had language for it, but your heart felt it. This moment you are in right now, hearing these words while carrying whatever you are carrying inside, is not random, not accidental, and not the result of chance. Heaven does not interrupt lives without intention. What brought you here is deliberate, precise, and deeply personal. The unseen realm has been leaning closer than usual, not to overwhelm you, but to get your attention before you move on too quickly and miss what is already unfolding. There is an urgency here, not rooted in fear, but in timing. Something meant for you has already been set in motion, and it does not need embellishment or delay to be real. You were guided here because your soul is at a point where it can hear what could not be heard before. This is not about convincing you of anything. It is about recognition, a quiet knowing that this message found you because it belongs to you. Even if your mind wants to question it, even if part of you feels tired, guarded, or unsure, something deeper is listening. Right now, the space between the visible and the invisible feels thinner, and clarity is beginning to move toward you in ways that may not yet make sense, but will soon feel unmistakable. There is no pressure here, no demand to act or respond. Simply staying with these words is already a form of alignment. If you continue listening, it will not be because curiosity pulled you forward, but because your spirit is ready to witness a shift that has been quietly preparing itself for this exact moment. What I am about to share was not received lightly, and I want you to hear it with the same clarity it arrived, without softening the edges, because your heart deserves honesty. I was resting in a depth of stillness, where awareness slips beyond the body, where time loses its shape, when an unmistakable surge moved straight through me, not painful, but charged with urgency, like truth refusing to wait. What came through was not poetic or cautious, it was firm and unmistakable. The one connected to you is real, and yes, there is someone intricately bound to your path, even if you have tried to talk yourself out of believing that. They are in the middle of an awakening so intense it has overturned their inner world, and they likely cannot explain it yet. To them it feels disorienting, like the life they built no longer fits, like a restlessness has taken over that logic cannot soothe, like something essential is missing and they cannot name it. That missing piece is you. What I was shown was not someone untouched by pain, but someone who has endured depths that would have hardened many, yet somehow emerged more tender, more awake, more capable of holding another without fear. They did not bypass their wounds or pretend strength. They entered their own darkness and stayed long enough to be changed by it. Their healing did not erase the fractures, it transformed them. The way broken pottery becomes more valuable when the seams are filled with gold, where the history of breaking becomes the very source of beauty. Pause here. Right now, as these words reach you, their outer life is being quietly dismantled and rearranged. Connections loosening, directions shifting, impulses to move or change arising without clear explanation. This is not chaos, it is preparation. Everything that cannot come with them is being released, so there is space for what must arrive. And the timing may challenge what you have been taught to expect. Forget the idea that divine movement is always slow and distant. What is unfolding carries momentum. The energy around this connection is accelerating, and the signs will not be subtle. The unseen is compressing time, drawing threads together faster than your mind is ready to predict. Within days, not seasons, reality will begin to echo what has already been set in motion beyond it. And this is where it turns. The confirmations you encounter will feel almost impossible to ignore, stacking on top of each other with a precision that borders on startling. Patterns will repeat with insistence, numbers appearing where you least expect them, the same sequence surfacing again and again until coincidence is no longer a reasonable explanation. Music will seem to find you rather than the other way around, lyrics aligning too closely with thoughts you never spoke. Conversations will brush against your inner world with uncanny accuracy, as if someone else has been reading the same invisible script. Your dreams may deepen, becoming vivid and sensory, leaving impressions that linger long after waking, not fantasies, but energetic encounters that feel strangely familiar. The volume of the universe is about to increase, not to overwhelm you, but to ensure you do not dismiss what is happening as imagination. And there is one detail that carries particular weight. You are going to hear their name, not in a dramatic announcement, not accompanied by explanation, but dropped casually into your awareness by someone else, at a moment that arrests your attention completely. It may sound ordinary on the surface, a passing mention in conversation, yet your body will respond before your thoughts can catch up. Something inside you will resonate sharply, like an instrument struck at exactly the right frequency. Your breath may shift, your focus may narrow, your chest may tighten or warm without warning. This is not fantasy or projection. It is recognition at a level deeper than conscious thought. Your nervous system already knows what your mind has not yet connected. All of this is not meant to create urgency or fear, but awareness. A process has already been activated, and what you are about to experience is the outer world beginning to mirror that truth. Stay present with it. You are not losing your grounding, and you are not imagining things. You are approaching a moment your soul has been preparing for longer than you realize, and the clarity that follows will make everything that came before it finally make sense. Then there is what may seem strange at first, yet carries a quiet weight that will be impossible to ignore once it begins unfolding around you. The presence of crows. Yes, crows. What was shown to me was not symbolic in a vague way, but precise, deliberate, almost intimate. You are going to notice them appearing where you do not expect them, in numbers or moments that make you pause, one lingering nearby longer than feels normal, several aligned as if placed there intentionally, their calls cutting through silence at times that feel oddly personal. This is not theatrics, and it is not coincidence, even if your mind wants to dismiss it. Across cultures and centuries, crows have carried the role of messengers between realms, and for this connection, they are being used as markers, confirmations that something unseen is actively moving. When you notice them, know that at that exact moment, the one tied to you is thinking of you, sensing you, pulled toward you without knowing why. Stay with me. Beneath whatever surface they present when you finally meet, there is a depth that will feel familiar before it feels attractive. There is an age difference between you, enough to be noticeable, but not enough to matter, and the details around it remain intentionally blurred because the moment your mind labels it older or younger, it would begin constructing walls where none are meant to exist. What matters is not chronology, but readiness. Their soul has lived enough life, endured enough refinement, to meet yours without imbalance. They carry a quiet intensity, not loud or performative, but the kind that sensitive people feel immediately when they enter a space. It comes from surviving things that could have hollowed them out, yet instead gave them gravity and compassion. Their work involves their hands in some form, creating, shaping, healing, building, writing, translating inner worlds into something tangible. Work is not just survival for them, it is expression, and yet they are not settled. There is a transition underway, an awareness that what they are doing now is not where they will remain, because something larger is forming that requires partnership rather than isolation. Physically, there is a contrast that draws you in without trying. Eyes that seem to carry a different age than the rest of their face, playful paired with ancient, or steady paired with curiosity, a contradiction that makes it hard to look away. Their style is simple but intentional, not designed to impress but to reflect comfort in their own skin. What will register first, though, are their hands. They tell stories, marks of work, signs of use, a way of moving that communicates care. Their hands will make you feel safe before your mind catches up to why. The meeting itself will not arrive dressed as destiny. It will take place in what feels like an ordinary disruption, a small fracture in routine that nudges you out of your usual pattern, a closed door that sends you elsewhere, a different route taken without thought, a spontaneous choice that places you somewhere unexpected. In that break from habit, you will cross paths. It may be reaching for the same object, waiting out the same inconvenience, sharing shelter from a sudden change in weather, or being caught in a moment that forces interaction between strangers. Or it may happen while you are offering help without thinking, a small kindness, a shared table, directions given, space made for someone else. Your generosity, so often given quietly, will create the opening. And here is where it shifts. The encounter will feel accidental while carrying an unmistakable sense of intention, as if the universe smiled while pretending it had nothing to do with it. The first exchange will likely involve humor, a shared observation, something slightly absurd that makes you both laugh, because humor has been a shield for both of you, and recognizing that will create instant understanding. What follows will not be fireworks, but something deeper, calm. Your nervous system, accustomed to scanning for danger, will soften without permission. It will feel like a breath you did not realize you had been holding, finally releasing. The conversation may stay on simple topics, but it will carry weight beneath the words, a sense that more is being communicated than spoken. Watch closely for this moment. They will pause mid-sentence and look at you as if trying to place you, studying your face with a curiosity that feels personal rather than intrusive. You may catch them watching you when they think you are unnoticed. Their questions will lean slightly beyond surface level, things that might feel too intimate for a first meeting under other circumstances, yet land gently here, not as interrogation, but recognition. They will remember details you mention casually and bring them back later, proof that they were present in a way you are not used to. When it is time to part, neither of you will want to. There will be an awkward dance of almost leaving, of words trailing off, of one more question asked to extend the moment. And when contact is exchanged, it will be intentional, thoughtful, grounded. Not vague promises or disappearing gestures, but clarity. They will write something down, suggest a plan, anchor the connection, in reality. This is who they are, and this is how you will know. The way this connection unfolds will quietly dismantle everything you were taught about moving slowly, because from the very beginning, it will feel as though the usual rules no longer apply. Within the first few times you see each other, conversations will drift into territory most people never reach, even after years. Not because either of you is forcing depth, but because pretending simply will not survive in the space between you. They will speak about their shadows without spectacle or self-pity, not to overwhelm you, but because they have learned that real intimacy cannot exist without truth. And without planning to, you will find yourself opening doors inside you that have stayed closed for a lifetime, not because you feel pressured, but because their presence makes honesty feel like relief rather than risk. By the second week, time will behave strangely, as if familiarity and newness are happening at once. You will laugh at private jokes that appear out of nowhere, share a song you never officially name but both recognize, begin echoing each other's words without realizing it. There will be attraction, undeniable and alive, yet it will not dominate the connection. Instead, it will hum beneath everything, steady and charged, giving each interaction a quiet intensity without tipping into hunger or fear. They will honor your boundaries so carefully it may almost frustrate you, because part of you is used to love proving itself by pushing, but they will not cross lines casually. They are not guessing about you. They are choosing you. Pause here. Somewhere around the second or third week, something will click into place during a moment so ordinary it barely registers at first. You may be doing something simple together, walking, waiting, moving through a routine task, when a shared stillness drops in and both of you know without words. From that point on, the illusion of casual disappears. Decisions begin to shift. Priorities realign. You recognize that you are standing inside something that deserves care and intention. And while this orchestration continues, there is an invitation for you as well, not to fix yourself, because you are not broken, but to prepare in ways that are honest and grounding. There is residue you have been carrying that does not belong in this next chapter, echoes of past relationships, inherited expectations, unspoken rules about how love should look. Letting them go does not require drama, only reverence for what they taught you. As you create order around you, as you release what no longer fits with gratitude rather than resentment, your inner world begins to mirror that clarity. Your space starts to feel ready, not because someone is arriving, but because you are no longer living among remnants of who you used to be. There is also a call towards small truths, speaking honestly in low-stakes moments, letting your voice be heard without rehearsing or softening, allowing yourself to be seen without armor. The one moving toward you will recognize masks immediately, not to judge you, but to invite you out of them. So the more you practice authenticity now, the smoother this meeting becomes. You may also feel nudged to face something you have been avoiding, a conversation, a decision, a step you have postponed out of fear. Courage is not a personality trait, it is a muscle, and it is being strengthened because what is forming in your life will ask you to show up fully. This is not a small affection drifting in, it is a restructuring, and your inner life is being readied for it. Pay attention to your nights as well. Your dreams may grow more vivid, more layered, carrying images or feelings that linger long after waking. Write them down, without trying to decode them too quickly. Meaning will surface in patterns, not explanations. And above all, begin practicing reception. You have lived in survival mode for so long that allowing goodness to land may feel foreign. Let compliments stand without deflection. Accept help without immediately balancing the scales. Allow yourself to be given to without calculating what it costs. This matters more than you think, because the one approaching you wants to give freely, and your nervous system must remember how to receive without guilt. Now let me address the loud resistance rising in you, the voice insisting this is too much, too hopeful, too late. That voice did not originate in truth. It is a collection of echoes from those who failed to see you, from moments where you were made to feel excessive or insufficient, from a culture that benefits when you doubt your own worth. That voice is not wisdom. It is fear wearing familiar language. You are not too damaged. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. Your person does not need perfection. They need honesty. They do not require completion. They meet you in becoming. They are not searching for someone who has it all resolved, but someone brave enough to resolve life alongside them. Your past was not a liability. It was training. Each ending refined your discernment. Each heartbreak widened your capacity. Nothing arrived too early or too late. You and they could not have met before now without breaking what is meant to last. And here is the truth you are being asked to trust. What once felt like divine delay was actually divine preparation, shaping both of you into people who can finally choose each other without losing yourselves. There is another layer unfolding now, one that speaks directly to the quiet exhaustion you learned to hide so well, the fatigue of being the strong one, the patient one, the one who kept choosing integrity when no one was applauding and no outcome was guaranteed. You carried hope without witnesses. You showed restraint when it would have been easier to react, and you stayed soft in environments that rewarded hardness. That kind of faithfulness leaves a mark, not on the surface, but in the soul. And it can feel lonely because there were long stretches where nothing seemed to respond to it. Yet nothing you endured was invisible. What you sustained in silence was registered, gathered, and preserved, not as a tally, but as a shaping force that made you capable of holding what is approaching without losing yourself. There is a reason you were asked to wait when others rushed, a reason certain doors closed even when you were willing to compromise to keep them open, a reason your life did not follow the timeline you were told it should. Those delays were not denials, they were refinements, narrowing your path so that when the shift came, it would meet you in clarity rather than confusion. Pause here and let yourself feel this without trying to analyze it, because the recognition rising in you right now is not coming from thought but from memory, a deep inner knowing that something you planted long ago has been stirring beneath the surface all along. The pattern is ancient and familiar, echoed in the story of Ruth walking forward without guarantees, leaving what was known behind with nothing but faithfulness in her hands, only to find that what seemed like loss was positioning her for a future she could not yet see. In the same way, what you released, what you outgrew, what you chose not to cling to even when it hurt, was not taken from you but redirected. And here is where the meaning turns, because the movement you are sensing now is not sudden or random. It is the natural consequence of alignment finally catching up with intention. You may notice that you are less willing to explain yourself, less inclined to chase validation, more attuned to what drains you versus what steadies you. And this is not withdrawal, it is readiness. The seeds you sowed did not fail. They required depth before they could bear weight. That is why the shift arriving does not feel chaotic or intoxicating, but grounded, almost inevitable, like gravity asserting itself after a long suspension. You are not stepping into something fragile that needs constant protection. You are approaching something resilient enough to meet you where you stand now. Trust that the quiet discipline you practiced when no one was watching shaped you for this moment. Trust that what is forming has been shaped by the same hand. And as you remain present to your life, not bracing, not forcing, simply attentive, you will begin to notice that things are arranging themselves with less resistance than before. This is not the end of a chapter, but the confirmation that the story has been moving all along, even when the pages felt blank. And what comes next will reveal, gently and unmistakably, why your patience was never misplaced. As this message settles into your body and begins to feel less like words and more like awareness, understand that nothing further is being demanded of you. Only a quiet cooperation with what is already moving. What has begun in the unseen does not need effort, striving, or proof. It only asks for space. In the days ahead, you may notice a gentle impulse to release something familiar that no longer feels true, a belief about yourself that once kept you safe, a fear that has outlived its purpose. A role you have been playing out of habit rather than alignment. Letting go does not need ceremony or force. Often it happens when you pause before reacting the old way, when you choose presence over control, when you allow silence instead of filling it with worry. You may also feel drawn to tend to your physical surroundings, not as a task to complete, but as a quiet signal to yourself that your life is becoming receptive. Clearing a small surface, making room on a shelf, opening a window, or rearranging a corner you return to often can be enough to register internally that something new is welcome. Your days may naturally slow in places, creating small pockets of attention where you begin to notice patterns, repeated thoughts, familiar symbols, subtle invitations that return without urgency. There is no need to chase meaning or interpret everything correctly. Simply noticing is enough. If it feels right, you might put language to what you are open to now, not as a request or a demand, but as an acknowledgement of readiness, something written privately or held quietly within yourself. When moments arrive that invite a soft yes, a conversation you might usually postpone, an opportunity you would normally talk yourself out of, meet them without rushing forward or retreating back. You are not behind, and nothing meaningful will be missed because you move gently. Perfection is not required. Worthiness is not being evaluated. This preparation is not a test and not a transaction. It is alignment, allowing your inner posture and outer life to reflect the truth that something meaningful is already approaching. You are not responsible for making it happen. You are only being invited to remain present, attentive, and a little more open than you were yesterday. Let yourself receive care in ordinary ways. Let support land without immediately justifying it. Allow yourself to be seen in moments of strength and moments of need. As you live this way, the prophecy no longer remains something you heard. It begins to take shape quietly in your daily life. There is no rush, no pressure, and nothing to get right. Staying here, attentive and willing, is already enough. What you have felt as you listened is real, and it carries weight beyond words. The quiet stirring, the recognition that moved through you, the sense that something inside you was being addressed directly, was not imagined, and it was not accidental. It has been received. What has been spoken here has already been acknowledged and set into order in the unseen, moving forward with a precision that does not require your control or effort. If you are still here in this moment, it is because some deeper part of you recognized that this message belonged to your path, arriving not to persuade you, but to meet you where you already were. Let that be enough. This is not a closing, but a sealing, a gentle marking of a transition already underway. What comes next will not rush itself, nor will it demand proof. It will reveal itself gradually, through clarity that settles rather than overwhelms, through moments that feel ordinary yet carry new meaning. As it is written, the path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. Hold that quietly. You are standing at the threshold of a new movement, one that will continue to unfold as you live, notice, and remain present. There is nothing to chase and nothing to force. Go gently now, with trust. What is meant to meet you is already moving, and you will recognize it when the time comes. If it feels safe for you in this moment, you are gently invited to place a few words below, whatever your heart is carrying right now. It may be a hope you have kept quiet for a long time, a sorrow you have learned to live with, a confusion that feels heavy, or a fear you have never allowed yourself to speak. There is no right way to express it, and no need to explain yourself. What is written in honesty is already seen by God, and nothing offered in sincerity ever disappears or goes unnoticed. When you give language to what lives inside you, you are not exposing yourself to emptiness. You are entrusting your truth to a love that can hold it. You are not alone as you do this. Others are walking their own hidden paths beside you, and God is present in every word you release, gathering what you place here with care, surrounding you with His guidance, His mercy, and His restoring presence. Let this be a gentle act of trust, a quiet step toward being known, held, and met exactly where you are.